안녕하세요. So, just a quick question before we start. Who has
빌보드
heard?
광고는 기아의 비즈니스를 알리는 것에 있어 최적화된 환경을 제공합니다. 하지만 이는 단순히 광고가 진행되는 위치만 알 뿐이지 실제적으로 누가 광고를 접했는지는 알지 못합니다. 그렇다면 과연 광고를 알맞은 사람들이 접했는지 알 수 있는 방법이 있을까요? 네, 그렇습니다. 비두는 온라인 포털과 함께 대화형 디지털 화면을 연결하는 특별한 플랫폼을 개발하여 광고를 접한 각 개인의 나이와 성별을 알 수 있도록 구축되었습니다. 광고를 접한 사람이 누구인지 정확히 파악할 수 있도록 하는 것은 단연 세계 최고의 기술입니다. 광고 아이디어를 구상하고 비두 앱 또는 웹 포털을 이용하여 즉시 런칭해보세요. 광고를 생성하고 이것을 게시할 가장 최적의 장소를 고른 후 비용을 조정하고 업로드해보세요. 사람들이 광고를 접할 때마다 이에 대한 정보는 실시간으로 노출됩니다. 비두를 통한 광고는 즉각적이며 모든 사람들이 접근할 수 있을 정도로 열려 있습니다. 온라인 광고상의 책임성과 5개 광고의 가시성을 결합함으로써 비두는 기존 미디어 기획 및 구매 체계에 혁신을 불러일으킬 것입니다. 플랫폼상에 있어서 사기를 없애고 투명성을 극대화시키기 위해 블록체인 기술을 이용하여 디스플레이 및 뷰를 기록하여 보다 독립적으로 감시 및 관리가 이루어집니다. 비두 플랫폼은 글로벌한 스케일로 고안되었습니다. 신규 및 기존 이용자들은 본 네트워크를 통해 국경 없는 세계 최초의 진정한 글로벌 플랫폼을 구축할 수 있을 것입니다. 기업 미디어 대행사 및 네트워크 소유자는 모두 비두 토큰을 사용하여 광고 공간을 거래할 수 있습니다. 이것이 바로 5개 광고의 미래입니다. 실시간 노출 기반 디지털 광고. 비두.
Okay, just a quick question before we start. Who has heard of Bidooh before? Please raise your hands. Wow, that's amazing. And who has invested in Bidooh? Who's bought Bidooh tokens? And who hasn't bought any Bidooh tokens? I'll find you later. I'll find you later. So for you people who have invested, you'll be happy to know I have got 3 very exciting updates and actually one more surprise. So the first update for you is our smart contract has been audited by a company called Hosho, and it's come back 100% secure, so we can implement our smart contract. So this is one good news for you. The second good news is we have our first container full of screens, digital screens, that are being delivered to Europe right now. So it's on a ship, making its way slowly to Europe. And these are the screens that are coming. We have 250 shopping centers in Europe where we are installing these screens, and there will be a total of 2,000 screens going live across Europe. And we think it's very, very important that we start a conversation with the exchanges very, very early, because we know that our token holders want us to hit the exchanges as quickly as possible when our ICO ends. So we're already talking to 3 of the biggest exchanges and hoping that by September that we'll be launching into exchanges. But no promises, but I want you to make sure and feel reassured that we are doing the best possible that we can to ensure that we're making progress. And this is the first thing, the surprise for you. We have some great advisors on our team, but it was very, very important for us to find the right kind of advisors. And because what Bidooh is like Google AdWords, but for the real world, for the billboard world, we have got ourselves a top Google executive, Frank Frosto, who is now one of our advisors. And this brings really the knowledge behind the Google AdWords platform into Bidooh. And this gives us a massive bonus when it comes to deploying our platform globally. And for those who haven't heard of Bidooh or who haven't invested yet, I'm going to go through our presentation quite quickly so you can get an overview on what we do and why we do it. So, introducing Bidooh. Bidooh is the world's first decentralized billboard platform. Myself, I'm one of the founders, and my co-founder, Shaz. I worked in ex-government security, and my co-founder, Shaz, he worked in the NHS, which is the healthcare services in the UK, and various other businesses. And this is the way we started. We started in our garage. We were thinking of ways we could change the world, and we actually ran out of ideas. And then we decided that actually it would be best if we watched sci-fi movies and ate popcorn. And then we see this movie where Tom Cruise walks towards a screen and the screen changes. And this is where the idea came from, is how can we have screens change when people are walking towards them, so that the screens serve advertising that is relevant to the people that are walking towards the screen. We built the technology in 18 months, and we displayed them in shopping centers in Manchester. As you can see, the youngsters really liked what we were doing, so the young people were very interested. Slightly older people were a little bit scared of what we were doing, but we still got a lot of press. We had a huge press in Retail Week, The Drum, and Huffington Post. It meant that we got a lot of exposure, and then we were discovered by one man from Manchester United. And who knows Manchester United Football Club? Who knows Manchester United? Yes? And at Manchester United, we used to have a Korean player. Anyone know Ji-sung Park? Yeah? So he played a long time for Manchester United. So we got investment from Manchester United Football Club director Michael Edelson. Michael Edelson is not just famous for football. He also introduced David Beckham to Victoria Beckham. But I'm not too sure whether that was a good or a bad thing. So Michael also helped us catapult our business forward. And we ended up winning lots and lots of awards. And this award that you see here, we won. It was awarded by the Queen. And we now get mentored by the Queen's son. The Queen's son is in the middle there. He's Prince Andrew. So if you want to meet the royal family, please see me after my presentation. So Michael helped us build a team. I'm not going to name every person, but we have a very strong executive team behind us to allow us to really take over this marketplace and expand the business. But there's a few things we discovered when we brought this team on board. We realized the billboard marketplace is a huge marketplace. It's more than a $34 billion marketplace, and it's growing very quickly. It's growing faster than internet and mobile put together. It's growing at more than 25% per year. So it's a very big marketplace. But the problem with the industry is people still have to pick up the phone and make a call to advertise on screens. Whether those screens are in shopping centers or outdoors, it's very slow. And I know, the younger generation don't have any patience. They want to be able to advertise immediately. And they can do so with Google, they can do so with Facebook, they can do so with Twitter. But it's difficult to do this in the outdoor world, in the billboard world. So what we thought is actually, we need to simplify the way we can advertise on these screens. And we found there are two critical questions that every advertiser asks when they advertise on screens. The first one is my advert live? Is it being displayed? And the problem is, nobody knows until you go and check the screen physically. And the second question is, are people seeing it? I'm spending money on advertising. Is anybody seeing my advertising? And with the offline billboard world, again, nobody knows. With Google, you know. With Facebook, you know. With Twitter, you know. But with billboard advertising, you don't know. So we thought that this is the perfect implementation of the blockchain. So when an ad is displayed on the screen, it writes to the blockchain to tell you that it's been displayed. And when an ad is seen, so the cameras look for eyeballs, and when it sees eyes looking at the screen, it tells you that somebody has also seen your advertising. So you know that for certain that my ad was displayed and my advert was seen. So this is why we built Bidooh, is to bring transparency, to bring fairness into the marketplace, to allow people to advertise and know that their money is being spent in the right way. So Bidooh allows you to buy digital advertising space on billboards using a smartphone, a tablet, or a computer in real time, immediately, in 10-second blocks. And you can advertise right now by going to bidooh.com, and you can advertise in the screens we have in the UK right now. And we actually had 14 visitors from Synco visit us in Manchester. And as we were in the taxi to the shopping center, I took a selfie of us in the taxi. By the time we reached the shopping center, their picture was live on the screen in the shopping center. And this shows how quickly we can have an advert go live in the shopping centers. So we have already built the website application, which is live at the moment and can be used. And we have already made the first version of the iPhone and the iPad application with the Android application in the pipeline. And I'm going to show you how simple it is right now to make an advert. And it's just 3 simple steps that you have to follow. The first one is you build an advert. So you can either use one of our templates, or you can upload an advert that you've made before. So you can maybe use Photoshop to make it, or you can use our platform to make the advert. Once you've uploaded your advert, you then just choose a location. Where do you want this advert to go live? So whether it's here in Korea, whether it's you want to go in live in London or anywhere in Europe, you can choose the location. And you can also see the price for every 10 seconds that your advert will be displayed. All our advertising starts at just 1 penny, which is about 1.4 cents. So it's very, very cheap for 10 seconds of advertising space. Once you have chosen the location, you then set how much you would like to spend per day. So just like Google, just like Facebook, you can set how much you want to spend per day. That could be a few cents per day, or it can be $1, it can be 10, it can be 100. There is no lower or upper limits. You can spend whatever you want to. And when you've chosen how much you want to spend, it then shows you exactly how many times your advert will be displayed on those screens. So it's a very, very easy way to advertise. And what it's doing is taking the way you normally advertise online to the offline world. So it's simplifying this mode, which means that any small business can see one of our screens and say, actually, I want to advertise right now on this screen, and within a few minutes, they can be live on that screen with their advertising. When they hit submit, the advert doesn't go live immediately. We have to check to make sure that the photographs in the advert are suitable for public viewing, but also there are no spelling mistakes. So we have someone check every single advert. It takes around 10 seconds to check. Once they hit the approve button, the advert then goes live. So within a minute, your advert will go live on the screens that you have selected. If there is something wrong with your advert, then we will click the reject button, and then we'll tell you what is wrong with the advert and that you need to change it. And once you've changed it, it goes back to being approved again. So we check it again. So every time you change your advert, we check it, because we can't afford to have an advert display in public which is not suitable for public viewing. But this process is very, very quick and takes less than 10 seconds to do. And once your advert, when we hit the approve button, your advert goes live. And whether that's a small screen or it's a big screen the size of a building, your creative, your advert is changed to fit those screens automatically. Whether they're portrait, tall screens, or they're landscape, wide screens, the advertising is automatically adjusted to fit both those screens automatically. So you don't have to be a graphic designer, you don't have to be good with graphics. As long as you choose your imagery and you set your text, all the rest of it is done for you. And you can watch as people are seeing your advert and your ads are being displayed in real time. So as your ads are being shown, the platform updates to tell you exactly how many times your advert was shown. So you can manage everything from here. And in the background, each screen has a little camera at the top, which counts the number of people seeing your advert. But what you can also see isn't just the number of people, but the age and the gender of those people. So you know whether they're male or female, whether they're young or old, and you're able to see how many people from each demographic, each gender, and each age group have seen your advertising. So you know whether you should increase your budget and spend more on advertising, or you should spend less on advertising. And because there are no contracts, it means you have the freedom to choose. And we think that all business owners should have the freedom to choose how much they spend on advertising without being tied into a long-term contract. So this is about how you can easily spend and reduce and decrease your spend anytime. What this also allows you to do is, because it's recording the information about the age and the gender, you can retarget your advertising to say, actually, I only want to target females. So if you were selling handbags, you can say, I want to only target females aged 18 to 25. So when a person of that gender and that age comes near the screen, the advert changes to display to them. And if there's a male in front of the screen, a man in front of the screen, then the ads for that female advert won't display. So it means that you can target people better, your ads are cheaper, and it's only being delivered to the people that matter to your business. And this information, the information about the displays and the number of people seeing the advert, is all recorded on the blockchain. So we can be independently audited to ensure that we are delivering the advertising and the advertising is being seen. And what this also does, it pushes advertisers to the screen owners to make sure that their screens are positioned in the right place where there's lots and lots of people. Because the more better the place where they position their screens, the more people see it, the more advertisers they will get. So it allows them to ensure the network is always running at the best possible places. And everything can be managed online. So whether it's signing up for an account, you don't need our permission to sign up for an account. When you finish advertising, you will receive a bill for the account and you can pay. So the platform is live in the UK, and each screen makes around $2,000 per month. And each screen costs $2,000 to install. So the screens pretty much after the first month are profitable. So it means that we can deploy as many screens as we want to in shopping centers, knowing that every time we install a screen and we spend $2,000, that we're going to be making $2,000 a month. And the idea is with the Bidooh token, you'll be able to pay for advertising for one 10-second advertising space with one token. At the moment, if you use and pay in fiat currency, you'll pay 1.4 cents for a 10-second advert. If you buy a token at ICO price, your token is 28 times cheaper than buying with fiat. So think about this, 28 times cheaper to buy a token. So the potential of your token has a potential 28 times increase before we deploy any bigger screens. These are just for the small screens that we have right now. And if a screen already exists and it's in the marketplace, then we can install a small box. It's the size of an iPhone or a Samsung phone. And once we plug this into the HDMI port, then that screen is added to our network, meaning that you can now build your advertising and deploy it in any screen that already exists in anywhere in the world. So we don't have to have our own screen. It's all about existing networks and existing screens. And this leads me to you. You, every single person here, can start their own network. So if you have a friend who has a barber shop, a restaurant, owns a small store, whether it's somebody who runs a mall, you can put these screens anywhere. And when you put those screens in those places, your screens are connected to our network. It means that anybody in the world can see your screens, and they can book those screens and pay you for it. So you will get paid for every time somebody pays for those screens that you place in anywhere that you are. So yeah, absolutely anywhere. So shopping malls, airports, inside taxis, in the windows of shops. There's no limitation on where you can place a screen. So everybody can get involved. So Bidooh is not a business that we run and just we profit from. This is an opportunity for everybody to profit from the Bidooh network. We have already 2,000 screens being deployed right now. So as I said before, a container of screens is being shipped right now to Europe. So 2,000 screens are going live. And in the UK, we have started our deployment into 30 shopping centers. This is one of the screens that are already live right now. So if you go to Bidooh.com, you can advertise right now on this screen and 16 others in the UK right now. So the platform is already live and operational and making money. So this opens up a truly global screen network without any borders. Anybody anywhere can see the screens. Anybody anywhere can advertise on the screens. Anybody anywhere can start their own network. Thank you very much. And I have one last surprise for you. For making the time today and making the effort, making the journey to be here, to listen to all of us and to listen to me, we are giving away 5,000 free Bidooh tokens to every single person in this room. So visit the URL bidooh.io/ICO crowd. I would highly recommend you take a picture right now before it goes. And if you sign up, the form is in English and Korean. I would say don't share it online, but do share it with your friends and family. But don't share it online. We don't want to give it to everybody. We want to give it to you and your friends and family. Okay. Thank you very much.